YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Matt Gifted Hands back to you with another video. And in this haircut tutorial, we're going to be doing some texture on top. We're going to fade the sides. He wants to grow it out to be a crop top, but what I told him is, because he had a comb over on the previous haircut, it's pretty short on the sides, right? Because he had it short on one side and then it flopped over or combed over to the other side and blended in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start the process of a crop top. So we're gonna go ahead and fade the sides, texturize the top, and by the next time he comes in, we will be able to have more of a silhouette, more of a ridge around, like a square around the ridge of his head. But it's pretty short, but we did make sure that we blend, you know, straight up into the top. We didn't like cut in, that way it doesn't look like a faux hawk. So basically what I'm doing right here is I'm just evening it out, and then I go back and then I do some point cutting. And this is gonna, this technique gives the haircut some texture, or the top some texture. You want to make sure you have the blade that's resting on your fingers. That's transparent right there. I dropped the comb. I dropped it on his lap, but it didn't fall on the floor. If I drop a comb on the floor, I make sure I have backup, or I'll turn the client around, pick up the comb, and have him face towards me, because I cut facing away from the mirror, so that's why I said I turn around. I face him towards the mirror, and I grab my my spray and I spray the comb before I use it again. But right here I'm doing some slicing technique, add some more texture to the top. It's kind of like whenever you take a pair of scissors and glide it across a piece of paper. Just make sure it's kind of damp on top so it doesn't pull too much. And then right here we're doing some notching. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and blow dry the top of his head, make sure it's all the way dry, and then we're going to add the Tune 45 volume powder, and you'll see right out the back, right here's the powder, right out the back, you're going to start seeing that texture just start working with the powder. And then towards the end of the haircut tutorial, I'll add the Royal Wax, the Tune 45 Royal Wax for the finished look, and you're going to see it's going to look dope. That texture is really going to pop, because you could cocktail the volume powder. You can see the texture right there. We're not going to drop it, we're not going to do a drop fade, we're not going to contour the shape of his head, we're just going to make a straight line all the way across. Bald it out. We're going to finish it using the Bronze Series 9 shaver to get it nice and tight. And then also you're going to see the fade before I use enhancements, but I'll use the official 245 cordless get beam air compressor to kind of like darken up the hairline and also add some more contrast to the blend. And you're gonna see that whenever you do that, you're not necessarily fixing anything, you're not hiding anything, you're just enhancing the haircut, adding some nice detail work, and trust me, clients do love it. I use it on all my clients for the most part. Right here, I started with the lever open for my second guideline, and then I put it in the middle as I'm trying to work this line out, and then I'll close the lever all the way and it'll completely remove that line. Now, you may have to go back and use like a trimmer or maybe the shaver to do some corner work and knock out a bottom line, but my clippers are adjusted to where I can take out that line with the lever closed. Now this is a 1 guard all the way open. Again, I'm giving myself about 1/2 inch to 1 inch per guideline. And we're not going anywhere, so I'll grab the 2 guard. The highest guard I'm going to use in this video is the number 2. And I'm not going to cut into the hair, I'm kind of just going straight up. I'll do some shear over comb technique to make sure I can knock off some bulk and kind of lighten up because like with a crop top, there is supposed to be kind of like a little bit of bulk, not necessarily a shelf, but you want to make sure you have that nice square shape all the way around. that was the number 2 guard. Then I go down to my 1.5, making sure I'm not cutting into the top of his head, making sure I'm not digging too far in. I'm just kind of going straight off his head. Alright, now this is a half guard, lever all the way open. And what this half guard is going to do is it's going to knock out the line that the one left behind. So after I start with the lever open, I'll put it in the middle and then I'll close it. And then what I do from there, you might see a little bit of like dark areas or dark spots. So do no guard, lever open, and remove that with no guard. Right here, I took the guard off, favoring like the right side of the blade, the left side of the blade, and bringing that blend together. And then I just went back with my 1 guard, lever open, and just removed some dark spots. So right here, I saw it was kind of dark in this area. So I went to my half guard and started with the lever open, because if you start with the lever closed, you may create yourself a line, or I guess kind of like a ball spot that you can't get out, and you may have to raise the blend. So I always start with the lever open because it's trial and error. If it's not cutting, you can close the lever. Alright, so now this is just some shear over comb. As you can tell, I'm going straight off the head. I'm not digging in. I'm not cutting into the top of his head. I'm going straight off of the scalp. And whenever you do shear over comb or clipper over comb, make sure the bottom of the comb is on the client's head and the teeth kind of come at an angle towards you. That way you're not just cutting off too much or too less. You want to kind of angle the comb towards you. And right here I'm traveling with the comb and I'm bringing the teeth kind of towards me and leaving the bottom of the comb rested on the client's head. Just blending this area in. Alright, so basically what you do to one side, you do to the other. I'm going to go ahead and let the beat ride, and I'll go ahead and jump back on whenever we start the lineup. Alright, so now we're gonna start the lineup process. And as you can tell right here, the front profile, it's not digged in, it's straight off the head. It's following the shape of his scalp. And like I said, the next time he comes in, he'll have that shape that he's looking for as far as a crop top. But we're just basically starting the process for the haircut that he wants. So we're lining him up using the Andis Slimline Pros, the original Slimlines. And look at that, I think the blend came out dope. Now I'm adding the Tune 45 Royal Wax, and you're gonna see that hair is just gonna pop, the texture's gonna pop, and you can just kind of like mess with it with your fingertips. And what I'm gonna do is I'll apply the razor and then I'll do the color enhancement. But you'll see that a haircut doesn't need the enhancement, it just takes it to a whole nother level. So don't knock it until you try it. I'm telling you, your clients will love it. It looks natural. It's just darkening areas, those light spots, wherever the hair is spread apart. Look at that. Just apply, and I'm applying it from a distance. Look at that. The blend looks dope. It's just, you see the area kind of to the right where the hair is like kind of not like, I guess it's kind of like a cowlick area, and you just apply a little bit in that area and it just darkens it up. That's it. Takes it to a whole nother level. You're not fixing nothing, you're not hiding nothing. I think the haircut came out dope. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something from it. Make sure you subscribe, share, and comment. And you already know, Team Gifted, stay gifted.